involved in everything. Everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers. Said by a famous Indian mathematician, Shakuntala Devi.
A very warm, happy afternoon to everyone present here. I am Sahiti, and along with me, my friend Samyukta. We both take the privileges of comparing this maths exposition, and it is our pleasure to welcome you all to our virtual Ganith Pradarshini.
Like the great philosopher once said, the function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature in one who prays. So let's begin our prayer. I call upon Rijula to begin the prayer.
திங்களை போற்றுதும் திங்களை போற்றுதும் பொங்கலத்தாழ்ச்செய்யே ஒளிவெண் கொடை போன்று அங்கன் உலகளித்தலான் ஞாயிறு போற்றுதும் ஞாயிறு போற்றுதும் காவிரி நாடன் திகிரி போட்டு மேருபலம் திரிதலான் மாமழை போற்றுதும் மாமழை போற்றுதும் நாமணி வேலி உலகிற்கவனலி போல் மேல் நின்று தான் சுரத்தலான்
That was a warming prayer. Thank you, Rijula.
As you all know, we all have gathered here to enjoy our second episode of virtual Ganith Pradarshini. As we all know, our grade 1, 2 and 3 students have performed on Wednesday, and now we have our friends from grade 4 onwards to rock today. So we gladly welcome our respected Chief Guest Swati Raj ma'am, our dynamic Dean, our CEO sir, respected Principal sir, teachers, parents and all our FB viewers for this virtual Ganith Pradarshini.
Now, I would like to call upon our respected Principal Sir, Mr. D.P. Shivashakti Balan, a sculptor of human character, to address the gathering and welcome our honorable chief guest.
So happy afternoon to one and all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Virtually joining here, both in the Google Meet and in the Facebook. And here, of course, I could say that we have a great connection with Singapore. And ma'am is joining us from Singapore, irrespective of her busy schedule and timing difference and other things. So great, ma'am. We are heartful thanks to that for your immediate acceptance.
Thank you,
This
sir.
school is Kalki Ranganathan Montfort Public School. The school has started in the name of father and mother of our dean, who is a mathematics teacher legend in this area. So whoever crossed nearly about 40 plus years, definitely they must be the student of our dean. In such a way, he has created a great impact, great influence on the children. And it is very difficult to lose mark in his mathematics teaching. Such a great born teacher we can call. And Mr. Janardhan sir, Sri Janardhan sir. And he has started a school 50 years back, following the state board syllabus in Perambur in the name of his father and mother. Later it has expanded with another 4 schools, and this is the 5th school which is following the central board, madam. So with the blessings of Almighty, and now in our KRM public school, this is Kalki Ranganathan Montfort public school alone, we have strength of around some 3,800 children.
That's good.
And we have expanded up to K-12 now. So senior secondary also, the second set of senior secondary that we have. And this year we have expanded some other branches of senior secondary also, like humanities and other things. So such a way we are trying to cater the needs of the people, those who are living in this North Chennai area. No, actually, in our school, as per our dean's guidance, and our CEO is a son of our dean,
Okay.
Mr. Taimana Swami. He is actually a computer science engineer
Okay.
turned into an educational administrator.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all the four schools, he started implementing innovative things, and in fact, he sent all the for three principals to Singapore also. We were
Oh,
there in Singapore more than 7 days, visiting some of the schools in primary, this to senior secondary. We have
oh,
visited
good,
many.
good.
So, in such a way that bringing the innovative practices in the school is a major concern of our CEO.
Okay.
So, here in our school exposition, we will not conduct on a single day affair. Instead, we used to make it for subject wise
Okay, that's nice.
with the maximum participation of the children.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we had a science exposition.
Oh,
Prior to English exposition we had. So
okay.
next after 2 weeks maybe Tamil exposition. So like various subject-wise expositions will be. Well, this is just a practice or a platform which is being provided to the children to uh, portray their talents. Whatever they learn, they are going to display through this. This is
That's
whatever I.
good. That's good. Huh?
Especially this Max exposition, we have started on 4th, that is on remembrance of Sagundala Devi Madam. So,
Okay. Uh-huh.
the grade 1, 2, and 3, they have presented their learnings on that day. And
Okay.
today morning, I think around some 8:30 onwards, 4th standard, 5th standard, 6th standard, 7th, they are all continuously presenting.
Okay.
And in between, we are really fortunate enough to have your presentation here as a great motivating factor. In, a, in addition to that, our Max department has come out with a e-journal also.
Oh, that's nice. I would love to go through that.
Yes, ma'am. So at the end of your speech, I think you could have released that e-journal, but I do not know
Oh, that would be a
how.
privilege for me.
It's our privilege too, ma'am. Okay, my dear students, teachers, and of course the parents. Many parents have also joined in Facebook.
Okay, good.
The great thing that we are celebrating the Max Utsav today in the
Mm-hmm.
name of Ganith Pradarshini. The Ganith Pradarshini, that is to make the Max as a part of our life as the
Correct. You correctly said, sir. Yeah.
Amrita said. Max is everywhere, not in the book alone. When
True.
we were learning, we did not get a very good Max teachers because our teachers were very much focusing on only studies. They did not make us to realize that the Max is life.
Beyond textbook. Math is
Yeah,
actually beyond textbook. Yeah.
exactly. So, but now the Max department of KRM Public School is taking a wonderful attempt on making the Max so easier and fun way of making the children to enjoy and experience this.
Correct. That's the important part. When we enjoy, we understand it better, right?
So, my dear friends, a few words about Swati ma'am, who is joining us from Singapore, and she is a master's in mathematics from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and she has done a degree, educational degree in ICFAI College of Education, Hyderabad. She has done Dutch course also in Netherlands. See that the way how she is trying to equip herself, right? And Madam is an uh, associated with an Oxford University Press as an author, subject matter expert. She has reviewed books as a resource person. She has conducted workshops for teachers for more than 1,000 plus. And of course, if I remember well, some of our teachers also took part in your workshop, ma'am. That is
Oh,
really
that's
we are blessed
nice.
to have her. So such a brilliant person who is really believe that math is a fun. Learning mathematics is a fun.
True, true.
An eminent personality, she is not restricting herself with only teaching, but also preparing the students, preparing the teachers for the curriculum planning, school administration, and developing a student-centered curriculum. And she's a mentor, self-directed, self-motivated person. And after creating an impact across the country in India, now she is in Singapore, influencing and impacting the people of Singapore children. That's really challenging, right? Because we were told that Singapore and Finland are the pioneers in education. Ma'am is there
Yeah.
with a great heart, right? She has agreed immediately to address all of us, to reach all of us. Right? Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for coming here. On
Thank you so
behalf,
much, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me also.
on behalf of our dean and CEO and entire management and my colleagues and my student friends, let me take a pleasure of welcoming you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir.
You
Thank you
can
so much, sir.
now stage is yours.
Yes.
And before that, I request the host to give a sharing rights.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Host,
sir. Yes, sir. I have given, sir.
Okay.
please, yeah, enable, yeah.
Now comes the interesting segment of a Ganith Pradarshini. This extraordinary personality doesn't need any introduction at all. A noble woman with character of great heights, a prophecy of distinctness, and originator of different notions. We request Srimati Swati Raj ma'am, Senior Maths Faculty of Yuva Bharati International School in Singapore. Ma'am, we request you to deliver some words on this prosperous day to motivate and inspire us.
Yes. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure all of you are on your toes now to show all the activities and whatever the learning outcomes you have done throughout the year. You'll be showing us. So keeping that in mind, I thought I'll give you some tips where I know that all of you must be working on it. But I thought let me give you one nice ice break to all of you to see how how the mathematics can be incorporated in our day-to-day life to make the mathematics learning fun. Okay, so with that I have already shared my screen with all of you. I know this type of activities you must have done, so just go through this and see how we can read our friend's mind or our others mind. Yeah, have you seen this type of question? Think of a number multiplied by 2, divided by 3, this, that. Have you ever come across this type of activities? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, but have you ever tried to make it? Because we have always solved this type of activity on the paper, newspaper, or some of the journals or something like that. Today, I'll be telling you how to create this type of activity of your own. Are you all excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good, good. Okay. Now, when I'll be asking you a question, you start following the instruction accordingly. When I'll tell you, think of a number. Yeah. So what are you writing? What am I doing? This is the one what I have created of my own. I'm giving you the process so that you can create of your own. And I'll be eager to know if any one of you can make a the puzzle like this by the end of this session. Yeah. Now I'll give you an instruction for think of a number. So when I'm giving you think of a number, I'm actually writing what is X. Okay, because I don't know what you have thought of, right? So since I don't know what you have thought of, I'm assuming it to be X. Then I'll give you the next instruction as add 2 to it. You can always add 3, 4, 5, anything of that. And this is just one example. When I said add 2 to it, so what my number becomes? My expression becomes X plus 2. Multiply the result to itself. That means what X plus 2 becomes now? X plus 2 whole square, which is equals to X square plus 4X plus 4. Am I right? Then you go to subtract 4 from the result. So my expression becomes X square plus 4X. If I'll take X common from here, I'll get X plus 4. And the next instruction is divide the result by the number what you have thought of. That is X. So when I divide X multiplied by X plus 4 by X, my result becomes X plus 4. Then the next instruction comes as subtract 4 from it. That means my X plus 4 minus 4 gives me X. Then you can always ask your friend, is that the number you initially thought of? Because what I did is I started from X. I did some operations of square, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I did at the end, I reached at the step X. So what is actually, this is also an instruction to the teachers also. When we encourage our children to make puzzles of their own with this process, without their knowledge, they actually solve equations. What we, normally teachers, they struggle to make the children understand how to solve linear equations or say quadratic equation or whatever that may be. So when a child of your class makes a puzzle of his or her own, then while making the puzzle, they themselves understood how to solve a linear equation also. Is it clear, children?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we are talking, I want one or two of you. You can make a puzzle of your own. I'll give you one more example. I'll give you an easier one. Suppose it is, think of a number. Add 2 to it. Okay. Multiply 3 to it. Okay. Then subtract 6 from it. Divide the number by 3. Is this the number that we thought of? Understood?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whatever the number you thought of, you can always get back to that while solving. Actually, on the back end, what I'm doing, I'm solving an equation to get the value of the unknown, the value of x or y or whatever may be. Right? Is it clear, or you want me to explain it again with one more example? Children?
Yeah, ma'am.
Sure.
Clear,
So
ma'am.
one or two of you get ready for one of your puzzle to be solved by me. And if it goes on good, then might be you can showcase this project. I mean this puzzle making thing on your like on your activity day to day or whenever you have. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. I think my screen got stuck somewhere.
Can you share it again, ma'am?
Yeah. I think it got stuck somewhere. 1 minute, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We could see your screen.
Okay. So what do I believe, and I am sure most of the mathematics teachers sitting over there must be believing that the learning of mathematics, even just now sir was telling about it, learning of mathematics is learning beyond just solving mere problems. Normally what we believe as students, that if I can finish this exercise, then I'm done with mathematics. But actually it is not. If we can, if we start loving the subject, we'll learn things automatically. We don't have to sit and solve the problems. We'll be eager to solve the problems, so that inquisitiveness, that the way to learn, that the eager to learn or solve problems will come automatically from us. Yes. So you, all of us must be knowing the numbers, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, the digits in fact. And I'm sure few of you must be knowing our number system is called Hindu-Arabic numerals. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know that why the number system is called Hindu-Arabic numerals? Okay, it's because the merchants in Arab, they came to India, to Hindustan during that time. They used to known as, so they came to Hindustan and learned this number system and spread it to the world. So this number system after that is known as Hindu-Arabic numerals, because the Arabs spread our number system to the world. Okay. Now, keeping that in mind, this is the story what the Arabs popularized this algorithm to the whole world. So our number system is called Hindu-Arabic numerals. But now the interesting fact is, this is not a fact, but yeah, you can put it in something interesting. Have you ever asked yourself why 1 is called 1 and 2 is called 2 and 3 is called 3? Why not 1 as 4 or something like that? Let us see why 1 is 1 and 2 is 2. They have linked the number 1 to the angles they involve. You know, nowadays we write number 1, 2, 3 and all these letters with some, like cursive way or other thing. But if you write the numbers in the primitive way, actually you can link it to this way. 1 has 1 angle, 2 has 2 angles, 3 has 3, 4 has 4, and so on and so forth. This is just a fun way of linking things. Why 5 has 5 angles, so it is called 5, and 6 involves 6 angles, hence it is called 6. Now you must be thinking, what about the digit 0? Why the digit 0 is called 0? Any guess?
No angles.
You are right. Because 0 has no angle. Okay, so did you find it interesting, this presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what I believe in, or what most of the people over here, they believe that as if you want to if you want to be healthy, you do serious exercise or regular exercises. Similarly, if you want to make your mind healthy, you have to keep analyzing things. You don't accept the things the way they are. Keep asking yourself why 1 is 1. Okay, why 1 is 1 or why 2 is 2 or something like that. Yeah, might be you will find your own link. Okay, now here is also, there is a second task for all of you. The way just now I told you how to make a puzzle for yourself or for your friends created by you. You can also use this type of games to any subject. Yes, I'll repeat, any subject and any concept of yourself. Like, let us talk about mathematics. Now suppose you are learning about, suppose say if you are in grade 4 or 5, something like that, addition of numbers. You make one card with some question, 4 questions. Okay, over here it is 28 plus 39, 27, 48 and all those things. Suppose you are learning about integers, you can always make the question as 28 minus 39, 27 plus 48, or say minus 39, minus 63 and all those things. Then you make another card with one answer on it, one correct answer, the others are wrong. Okay, then we'll make the third card. With that, we have only one correct answer and others are wrong. Similarly, 4 cards with one correct answer and one wrong. So with these 5 cards, what you will do, you can ask your friends or your colleagues to make to organize them in such a way that the answer will be beside the question. Like suppose say 27 plus 48, or say 36 plus 63 is how much? 99. So their job, your friend's job, is to organize it in this way. Yeah. So a child, for the teachers now, for a child who knows that if you want to practice the students how to add or subtract integers or whole numbers or whatever maybe, you can make some puzzles like this, so that while playing they will understand the concept also. So they will learn. You don't have to really tell them. Suppose you have 5 sets of these puzzles with you. Then you can make it as a group activity or individual activity, whatever you want to. But then you ask them to organize them. When the children, they play, they fidget with things, they understand it better. So, sometimes we struggle before the exam or something, how to make them practice. We make them practice 27 plus 48 5 times, 6 times also they will be wrong, some of us. So if they will play and they'll organize and, they'll fidget with all these puzzle pieces, then I think the impact will be better. They will not forget again. So what do you understand from this? I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, I do, and I understand. So children, whenever you have to prepare or the practice for your test or something, don't go through don't read the book. We don't read math, we do math, okay? So the more you practice, the better you understand. Do you find this interesting or it's boring?
Interesting, ma'am.
Interesting, ma'am.
Interesting, ma'am.
Now, talking about prime numbers. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Okay. Now prime numbers, when you are in grade 1, I don't know, 3 or 4, you must have learned about prime numbers, right? And also we learned something called, how to find prime numbers by Eratosthenes' sieve. The first thing is that the name is difficult to spell, the name is difficult to pronounce, and it's difficult to remember also. So I have a small trick how you can find out primes. Hope you'll like it. Yeah. Finding a prime. You know that 2 is a prime number, all of you children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why 2 is a prime number?
It has,
It has only 1 and 2 as its factor.
Okay. 3?
Because
What is a prime
3
number?
also, ma'am.
Any one of you? What is a prime number?
a prime number is a number which has only the number itself and 1 as its factors.
Good. So it has only 2 factors, right? So we can, we can find different, prime numbers. By first number, we know. Can you tell me 1 is a prime number or not? Any one of you, is 1 a prime number?
It's neither prime
No, ma'am.
Neither prime nor
Neither prime nor composite.
Why? As I always tell you, you have to be inquisitive. You have to ask yourself why. Why 1 is neither prime nor composite? It's because, you'll tell or I'll go ahead. Because 1 has only 1 factor, right? Isn't it? So to become a prime number, it should have 2 factors, which is 1 and the number itself. So because 1 has only 1 factor, 1 is neither prime nor composite. Clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now coming back to 2 and 3. So 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. So when we add 2 plus 3, 5 becomes a prime number. So you keep adding 2 and 4, you will get the prime numbers. 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 2 becomes 7, which is a prime number. 7 plus 4 becomes 11, prime number. 11 plus 2 becomes 13 becomes a prime number. 13 plus 4 is 17, is a prime number, right? Can you find the prime numbers now? Easily?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But there are some, exceptions in that. For example, 23. See, after 19, if you'll add 4, you'll get 23, right? But if you'll add 2 to it, it will give you 25, which is not a prime number. So 25 is just an exception. But 25 plus 4 is 29, is a prime number. Understood? 29 plus 2 is a prime number again. So if you keep adding alternatively 2 and 4 to one of the prime numbers, you will get the rest of the prime numbers except few exceptions. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, now there is a nice activity for all of you. You have to quickly answer me, okay? How many curves were drawn to make these pictures? I'll be showing you some pictures. You have to tell me how many curves were drawn to make that picture. Quick answer.
4.
4, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
4, ma'am.
Okay, next.
8, ma'am.
8.
8.
Okay.
4. 1.
Whatever. Yes. Do you know that we
Infinite.
didn't? Okay, but just to surprise you, that we didn't use any curve to draw these lines. So let us learn how. Yeah. Here is my box. Can you see a number 1 to 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If we join 1 to 1, 2 to 2, all are lines or curves?
Lines,
Lines,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good. So how many curves we got? We got a curve which is
0.
0 curves. Good. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
You make
Yes, ma'am.
your project and make some interesting pictures like this. Did you find it interesting? A clown with a mouth and 2 eyes. Not a single curve was there apart from these circles and lines. Interesting, right?
Yes, ma'am.
See how the fish is swimming? This fish also is made up of no curves. Did you find it interesting? Will you make it? Will you create
Yes, ma'am.
pictures like this without
Yes,
any
ma'am.
curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Nice. So are you interested now to present your these things? Your whatever you have done in your for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
math exposition? Apart before doing that, before showing me what are the activities or what you have done, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any question in your mind to ask me? No question means it's good for me. I'm relaxed. So I'm now very eager to see and to go through what the projects you people have done. So I'll close this and I'll be listening to all of you. Thank you so much, children.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for devoting your precious time and endowing the young pupils with your magical tricks and words of wisdom and experience, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Now we have our head of Maths department, Madhavi Lata ma'am, to present our e-journal which is prepared by our Department of Maths.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'll just brief about e-journal, sir. Then,
Do it. Please do it.
so actually, I'm very much excited that our first e-magazine is launched today.
Very nice.
Today on this exposition day. So I'm very happy and eagerly waiting to share few things about this e-magazine.
Okay.
In my department meeting 1 month back, I have shared that this idea of making e-magazine. Nearly before 1 month only we planned, but after that, due to some reasons, we stopped our work. Then after few days, I received a very good response from my department teachers and we all started working together. So idea is mine, but the contribution is given by all the department teachers. And we included articles in this about our legend, RTA Master Sir, and then puzzles, articles from students and teachers, activity photo collages, and feedback from the students and teachers about these online classes and achievements of maths department so far. All these things we have included in our e-journal.
So nice. I'm excited to see that. If you can send me.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. It
Send the link.
of fun, excitement, logical-based questions, interesting articles, inter-school and intra-school achievements of our students, everything. Actually, how I got this idea, I've just explained in brief. This is our 10th academic year. That is CBSE school. This is our 10th academic year. Our principals are used to say, this is the 10th year, we have to do something very special. Like that he used to say in all our meetings. So I have decided to do something special, which made me to design this e-magazine. Thank you, sir. And from the next edition, it is going to be completely students' work, and our students of grades 9th and 11th are going to be the editors of this e-magazine,
Nice.
and so they will get a chance to express their ideas and improve their narrative skills too. So I proudly say that credit goes to each and every one of my department teachers. It's a teamwork. Thank you once
Nice of
again,
you.
ma'am.
That's nice of you, actually. Yes, yes.
We are very lucky to have you, ma'am, on this occasion. I hope readers will enjoy this new magazine. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Sir,
You can
tell me,
continue.
sir.
Presentation. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Samyukta, you can continue.
Thank you, my dear teachers and students, for this wonderful creation.
Ma'am, I cannot see
Now-
the children.
Did you stop screen sharing, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah, I stopped screen sharing. I can see only Madhvilata, ma'am.
Just unpin in your screen.
Okay.
Now is it okay?
No, only.
Our right side top corner, you can see the view.
Everybody's mic is off.
Yes, ma'am. Except me and Fiona. And the bottom of the screen, 3 dots, ma'am. You can press it and you can change the layout.
Change layout, okay.
Just press it, ma'am.
Should I go to auto, right?
Auto also you can. Or tiled, all the children will come.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Got it, ma'am?
Oh, yes, I can see now, yes.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Samita,
Thank you
please.
so much, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Samita,
Now it is the most awaited moment. Now we have our dazzling stars of KRM Public School to rock their performances. Maths is not about numbers or equations or computations or algorithms, but it is all about understanding.
More than 1 billion of people have downloaded Google Maps. More than 1 billion of people are using Google Maps. There are a lot of comfortable tools to explore the planet with high resolution. So let's call upon our senior Lakshana P and KB Mighty Sri of grade 12 to present how do Google Maps work.
A very happy afternoon to our esteemed chief guest, principal sir, teachers, and my dear friends. I am Lakshana from grade 12A, and I'm here with my friend Maitri Sri, also from grade 12A, to present about one of the application of graph theory. But before that, I would like to ask a question. Have you ever used the Uber or the Ola services? If you have,
Yes, I have.
If you have, then you might know that you can just type any address or location in your phone, and the driver comes, picks you up, and drops you in that location. Keeping in mind the fact that even if he doesn't know the path or the location at all. How is that possible? Yeah, the obvious answer is Google Maps. But I wondered, how does Google Maps know the path so well? That to the shortest and the fastest. So we are here today to answer the question and tell you all how Google Maps work. But I believe you all are curious about the word graph theory that I mentioned before. So let's see what graph theory is. It is nothing but the study of graphs. A graph is mainly made up of vertices and edges. If you look at this graph, the points A, B, C, D, and E are known as the vertices or nodes or the points. And the lines joining the vertices are known as the edges or links or the lines. Graph theory is used in various fields of areas like biology, physics, chemistry, computer science, electrical engineering, and of course, mathematics. Let's take a look at few of the applications. It is used for the SMT assembly, that is the single nucleotide polymorphs assembly in the genome. It is used for the computer network security. It is used for timetable plotting. It is used to know the knight's tour in a chessboard and for navigation and GPS. Under graph theory, there are several algorithms, cycles, circuits which help in resolving a specific problem, like the Hamiltonian cycle, which is used for backtracking, the Eulerian pattern circuit for finding the connectivity, the Steiners tree for minimizing the connection among the important networks, and the star of today's presentation, the Dijkstra algorithm for finding the shortest path. I would like my Sri to take over from now on. Thank you.
The Dijkstra's algorithm is used to find the shortest path between nodes in a graph. For a given source node in the graph, the algorithm finds the shortest path between that node and every other node. It uses data structure for sorting and querying partial solutions sorted by the distance from the starting node. So in a given graph, the algorithm first marks the starting point or our current location as the initial node and the destination we would like to reach as the final node. After that, it marks every turning and junction as a node. Then it calculates the distance between each and every node. After calculation, it then adds the distances to find the shortest path. Now, I am going to take an example and apply this algorithm. Let us see how it works. So here on this map, I'm going to calculate the shortest way I can take to go to school from Perambur bus stop market. So here, I have marked every turning with a dot. These are the nodes. Then I selected two paths which are very similar and I'm hoping to find the shortest path among the two. So here, I have drawn edges for these two nodes and I have also measured and marked the distances between each node. So I usually added the distance between the nodes for the blue path as well as for the brown path. In conclusion, I got that the blue path is the shortest distance from Perambur market to my school. Now, let me go and ask Google. Let me see what answer it gives me. So here we have Perambur bus stop market. So here, as I have expected, Google has also given me the same answer. So, and okay, now Google has given me the shortest path, but what if there was traffic jam in this path? So I had this question and I asked Google, and I found the answer that Google uses satellites to track the movement of smartphones and the speed in which they travel. With this, it gets the information about traffic, and if there's a traffic jam ahead, it immediately reroutes to give us the next shortest path and help us reach our destination at the shortest time possible. Then I had one more question. I have used Ola cabs and Uber, but sometimes even though my pickup location and drop location are same, the fare seems to differ. So for this, I understood that there's one more algorithm which comes into play, which is the dynamic pricing algorithm. This algorithm takes into account factors like time, distance, traffic, demand in the pickup and drop locations, as well as the peak hours to fix the fare of the ride. And coming back to this Dijkstra's algorithm, not only is it used in mapping services, but also is used in social networking sites, telephone networking, robotics, and has a wide range of possibility in being applied in the field of artificial intelligence. Thank you. That was indeed a lovely performance. Thank you, Lakshana and Mighty Sri, for sharing your understanding about Google Maps.
Samyukta, you know that till today we were calling Google as Google Uncle, Google Auntie, and so on. But today we came to know that Google Maps work with the help of mathematics. I am really proud of learning mathematics.
Next, do you know, Saiti? Once a mathematician has said that nature is written in the language of mathematics. Then why don't we compose a song with the help of mathematical formulas, symbols, and shapes? So let's move forward and be ready to listen a 3D song from Vanshika. So let's call upon Vanshika to deliver the song based on 3D shapes.
Let's sing about three-dimensional shapes, no two look the same. See these six shapes everywhere, let's learn them all by name. Let's start with spheres like Earth and the moon, and the sun in the sky of blue. Balls are spheres that are lots of fun, oranges and marbles are too. There are six sides on each cube you find, and each side is a square. Sugar and rocks can be shaped like cubes, and the ice cubes in your glass they laugh. Let's sing about three-dimensional shapes, no two look the same. Six shapes everywhere, let's learn them all by name. Rectangular prisms have six sides. I can think of quite a few. A shoebox, a train car, a long stick of butter, a brick, and a suitcase too. With the circle on the bottom and a point at the top, a cone is the shape you'll see. Party hats and teepees are shaped like cones, and so is a great pine tree. Let's sing about three-dimensional shapes, no two look the same. We see these six shapes everywhere, let's learn them all by name. Series of circles at each end, like a soup can of paper towel roll. Drinking straws and glasses have cylinder shapes, and so does a school flagpole. What shape has three or more triangular sides, and a point at the top? Can you guess? The base can be square or a different shape. Say a pyramid, I'll say yes. Let's sing about three-dimensional shapes. No two look the same. You see these six shapes everywhere. Now you know them all by name.
Wait, Saiti. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I enjoyed the song. Really, it was very nice and creative and innovative. Thank you, Vanshika, for the 3D shape song.
Next, I'm so excited to know what is cryptography. Do you know what it is, Saiti?
Yes, of course, Samyukta. Cryptography is an art of writing or solving codes. Now, our senior critic will explain us in detail about cryptography.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So I'll be presenting my presentation.
Your voice is not clear.
It's a little louder.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
Still better. Still, you can make it better.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Ah, better. Excellent.
So hello everyone. My name is Kritik. I hope the presentation is visible.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, it was visible.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So Hello everyone. My name is Krithik, and I'm studying grade 10 in KRM Public School. So, today I'm going to present my presentation on cryptography. So, I hope you all know about cryptography. As Hoss said, like it is the art of hiding some kind of messages. So, let's see what is cryptography. So, cryptography is a method of protecting information and communications through the use of codes, so that only those whom the information is intended can read and process it. I hope you guys don't understand the definition. I'll just make it more clear and more short. So cryptography is nothing but to say an example, I hope everyone uses WhatsApp. So in their WhatsApp messages, you'll be seeing while you just go to the chat, you'll be seeing a kind of information stating that your messages are end-to-end encrypted. So that is nothing but cryptography. So what WhatsApp does is it actually, whenever you send a message, it actually converts into highly secret codes, and then it is being stored into databases. So if any kind of hacker, if he just comes and hacks your account, no one like hackers won't be getting the perfect message. He'll be getting a kind of decoded message. So let's see why they invented cryptography. So the problem which people face was like since the whole world is moving into cloud. So let's say 10 years back we were using kind of pen drive, CDs, and floppy disks. But now we suddenly we started actually to use Google drives, Outlook drives, such kind of cloud drives. So it is potentially unsecure in order to store some kind of sensitive information over there. So hackers can easily just go into the servers and take all your informations. So the solution was like creating a wall between hackers and the storage servers, which is known as cryptography. Now, I was really shocked when I just read about this cryptography and the history. I thought just cryptography came 10 years back or 20 years back. But the shocking news was it came at 800 BC during Spartans. So Spartans were the one who actually started to use cryptography. They actually started to they actually transmitted kind of secret codes as war messages. So only Spartans were known most famous in our history. Now, coming on to the, we'll just see the Greek etymology of cryptography. So, crypto is nothing but cryptos, which is hidden, and graphy is graphine, that is meant to write. So, which is now I hope you you came to know the word cryptography. And before going into such deep concepts, you need to learn some kind of definitions about cryptography. So encryption, the translation of data into secret codes. To be in layman's term, now as I said, WhatsApp as an example. Whatever the message you send is known as data, and the secret code is nothing but the encrypted one. And decryption is nothing but whatever the secret code which is being converted into some kind of data or the normal message. Now let's see the math in cryptography. So first we'll be looking for the basic methods. So the Caesar cipher is one of the method used in cryptography. So let's take the plain text, which is nothing but the data. For example, you're just sending a kind of message known as the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So what cipher text? It is nothing but the encrypted text. So it says that WKH TXLFN. So this is what the cryptographic code is. Now, for example, if you just send this particular code to the user, no one will be understanding what the code is. So there is a kind of formulas being used in Caesar cipher. So encryption X is nothing but the particular character. For example, if you are using T, let's say the letter T. So T is nothing but X, and X plus N is nothing but how much letters is being bounced. So after T, how much letters that W comes. So that is what N. And we have to use the formula mod 26, and 26 is nothing but the 26 alphabets. So there was a big disadvantage in Caesar cipher because as it was easily crackable. So we are not able to use it in the current methods, and it actually got expired a lot time before. Now let's see the other type of methods. So some of the old methods to say splinter cipher, splinter vision ray cipher. So these were the old methods being used with a few updates of the Caesar cipher. Now some more advanced method to say the sieve of Eratosthenes. So it is nothing but finding the prime numbers and Euclid's elements and RSA. So RSA seems to be slight advanced, right? Let's see what is RSA. Now, RSA is a consequence of Fermat's little theorem. So, if A is not divisible by P, where P is prime, then A power P minus 1 minus 1 is divisible by P. I hope most people won't understand this term, but when you just come to know about the method, you will just understand about what is RSA methods and why it's being used. So, what happens is a computer or a human actually generates two complex or two large random prime numbers, which is stated as P and Q. Now, with that P and Q, what happens is like it actually multiplies by they actually multiply both P and Q, and then they will be finding P5. So which is nothing but P minus 1 into Q minus 1. So after a long kind of formulas which is being used, we will get at an export type we will be getting two kind of values, which is nothing but the public key and the private key. So to brief about public key and private key, so public key will be having kind of encryption methods, and the private key will be having the highly secret codes which is need to be stored. So what happens is with the help of public key we can just unlock the private key. So now that is what the method of RSA is. I hope you understood. But also let's see an example. Let's take the computer or the human mathematician just generated the two random prime numbers P and Q. So after all the formulas is being executed, so the public key which we get is going to be 7,33, and the private key which we get is 3,33. Now using the public key we can unlock the private key. So there are such formulas in order to unlock and decode and encrypt these kind of methods. So RSA is being RSA is being a kind of method which is used mostly in securing such database servers. Now let's see the uses of cryptography, where it is being used. Now when we just hear the word cryptography, I hope like you may just think that it is being used in highly military defense services, but the truth is cryptography is everywhere, even in bank accounts and in kind of bank accounts and whatever I said as WhatsApp, in social media servers, in database servers. So we have cryptography involved in it. So hackers cannot encrypt that kind of highly confidential messages from one place to another. While it comes to military, it is really secure that not even a single person can actually hack and just take their data. Now I hope you just came to know about the uses. Now I have a short demo on cryptography. Now let me actually show you a small thing. So I've actually generated a code. So it actually converts a kind of cryptographic codes into usual codes. So I'll just show it. Now this is going to be completely of a Python code, which actually converts our normal usual messages into cryptographic codes. So these kind of methodologies is used only for testing. So now I'll be showing you like how to decrypt and encrypt in cryptography. Now since it has a vast use, people have to know what is cryptography in this current world. So like whenever since everything is moving to cloud, everyone needs to actually have a base on these kind of cryptographies. So I will be running the code now. Now it is not necessary in order to know what is this code for. This code is actually, I'll just say the overview of this code. So I have just, what happens is like I'll be giving an input text which is getting converted into kind of big cryptographic codes. So I've already entered the code. I hope I entered hello world, and at last I was rendered with this big kind of code. Now I'll be showing you again. What happens is like I'll be giving and I'm just typing here. Like I'll just type the same message, hello world itself. And once I just click enter, you can just take a look that I just got a very big code. Now this is nothing but the cryptographic codes. Now I'll just say the backend mechanisms. So what happens is like when I just click hello world, the computer actually generates very highly secured secret code in the method of UTF-8 encoding. So now what happens is like whenever you just send the secret code to somebody, they can't actually unlock it without using the method. And in order to like decrypt it, we have to use some kind of specialized formula to decrypt it. Now you can just see when I just decrypted it, it again rendered and showed me hello world. Now this is nothing but the cryptography. But you may ask a doubt, like you just unlocked it simply, right? then how can this be secured in the present world? So the answer is nothing but, as I said, that this uses a particular method called UTF-8. Now UTF-8 is only method I'm using. So there are a lot of methods being created by militaries and many organizations which they have actually kept secret in order, like if hackers get those kind of codes, they can easily hack into the servers. So that is what cryptography. I hope you guys actually learned a new thing about cryptography and most deep concepts of it. If you want to learn more about cryptography, you can just surf into the web or ask any questions to me. So thank you for hearing my presentation.
Wow, that was so incredible. Thank you, Kritik, for the in-depth explanation about cryptography. And now we came to know what is cryptography and how maths is involved in it.
Next, I'm so excited to know what is our next topic and who is going to come.
Yes. Do you know, Samyukta, we have seen people taking surveys on various topics, but from our school, we have surveyor Vikash, where he has taken a survey on virtual learning. So let us see his survey results.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Vikash from 10B and my topic is about virtual survey. My topic is about virtual survey. So what is actually virtual education? It refers to the learning that is done through virtual mode through the multimedia resources, internet, video conferencing, etc. It is done where the student and the teacher are separated by time or space or by both. So research statement. A study on virtual learning of the students. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Abstract. This survey is done to identify the interest of the students in the virtual classes that are taken during this pandemic. Hypothesis. We expect nearly 50% of the students to show their interest in online classes. Tools. Survey was conducted through questionnaire which was sent through Google Forms. Data analysis. Survey was conducted through two Google Forms. One batch was to get idea about the virtual classes by the board appearing students of the 10th and 12th graders, and the other batch was to know about the students of grade 6 to 9 and 11th about the virtual classes. So number of students surveyed were 347 students, while the number of classes surveyed were 7 classes. The board exam appearing students who were surveyed were 97 students, and the non-board exam appearing students who were surveyed were 250 students. So the first question asked was, how do you feel overall about the virtual classes? 80% of the board exam students felt excellent during online classes, while the remaining 20% had felt some difficulties. While in the remaining students, 90% of them felt good about the online classes. What device do you use for distance learning? 45% of the students use laptop and desktop, while the 55% of the remaining board exam students use tablet and smartphones, while the other 44% of the students use desktop and laptop, while the other 56% use tablet and smartphones. Do you have access to a device for learning online? 86% of the board exam students have a device for learning online, while on the other side, the 83% of the students have a device for learning online. How much time do you spend each day on an average for studies after online classes? 84% of the students of the 10th and 12th spend 1 to 4 hours in studying after online classes, while 92% of the other students of the grade 6 to 9th and 11th study for 1 to 4 hours. So next question asked to them was, how much time do you spend each day on an average for physical workouts to maintain fitness? 72% of the students do physical workouts for nearly 1 to 2 hours, while on the other, nearly 73% do physical workouts for 1 to 2 hours. Do you enjoy learning remotely? 75% of the 10th and 12th graders enjoy learning remotely, and the other 24% doesn't, and they need to learn in the school, while in the other side, 83% like to learn remotely. How peaceful is the environment at home while learning? 52% of the students of the 10th and 12th had a noisy environment at home, while the other 46 had a peaceful environment. Students of 6th to 11th of nearly 65% had a noisy environment at home, while 35% were peaceful. How often do you ask doubt during online classes? 89% of the seniors asked doubts rarely and 11% had frequent doubts. While on the other, 82% had rare doubts and 18% of the students had frequent doubts. How effective has remote learning been for you? Remote learning was useful and effective for 74% of the board exam students, while of the remaining 79% of the students had more effectiveness in remote learning. Are you self-motivated and self-disciplined, and are you able to follow and do schoolwork independently? 95% of the 10th and 12th graders were self-disciplined and self-motivated, while 93% of the remaining were self-motivated and self-disciplined. Inference. Majority in both the batch felt good about the virtual classes. Majority in both the batch said that they use smartphones for online classes. Nearly 75% of the students said that they have access for learning online. Nearly 50% of the students have conveyed that they spend nearly 2 to 4 hours each day on an average for studying after online classes. On the basis of a statistical analysis, nearly 60% of the students have said that they spend 1 hour each day on an average for physical workouts. On an average of 80 to 85% of the students of both the batch enjoy learning remotely. On an average of 50% of the students of both the batch say that home environment is sometimes noisy during the online classes. On an average of 55% of the students ask doubts only sometimes during the online classes. Nearly 75% of the students have said that they felt online classes a very effective one. According to a statistical analysis, 64% of the students have proved that they are self-disciplined and self-motivated and are able to follow and do schoolwork independently. Extended research. Now we came to know about the interest of the students in online classes. So we have to extend our research on teachers to find out how much the teachers are showing their willingness to take online classes. I thank all my teachers who took a very great effort to take online classes even during this pandemic. They put great efforts in order to make their students to be a brightening star among these clusters. I salute them with a great pride and pleasure for their efforts and trainings. Thank you to all the teachers. Thank you, ma'am.
That was a great work. Your work gave a eye treat to us. Thank you, Vikas.
Samyukta, do you have a habit to listening to stories?
Yes, I like hearing stories. If I hear bedtime stories only, I will go to sleep.
Yes, Samyukta, we have heard stories like bedtime stories, fairy tales, grandpa stories, and so on. But do you know what is fraction riddle story? Yes, now we have Tejashwini and Tejashri to say us some fraction riddle story.
Looking for deeper meanings? Trying to find patterns in everything? Eager to answer life's riddle? It is this curiosity and hunger for knowledge that has gotten us where we are as a species.
There are still a lot of little questions that every person needs to answer throughout his or her life in order to find a unique brand of happiness that will slightly differ for each of us.
Greetings to all. I am K. Tejashri from 7C.
Greetings to all, I am Tejshni and from 7C.
Today we are going to tell you an interesting max fraction riddle story based on a father's last wish and how it was fulfilled. Once there was a wise man Ravindran. One day while he was taking stroll on his horse in the countryside, he saw three boys who were very sad and were crying. He went near them and asked, "Who are they and why they were crying?" One boy said, "We are Nandan, Chandan and Kundan. We are brothers. Our father passed away a few days ago." On hearing this, Ravindran felt very sad for the boys and he consoled them and asked, "Is this the reason you are crying?" One boy said, "No. Our father left 17 horses for us and his last wish was to divide these horses between us in the following ways. Nandan should get 1 by 2 of the horses, Chandan should get 1 by 3 of the horses, and Kundan should get 1 by 9 of the horses. And he also said not to kill or leave any horses. We don't know how to divide these horses because 1 by 2 into 17 is equal to 17 by 2, 1 by 3 into 17 is equal to 17 by 3, and 1 by 9 into 17 is equal to 17 by 9. 17 is not exactly divisible by 2, 3, and 9. The boys asked Ravindran, "Can you help us to solve this problem?" Ravindran thought for a while and he said,
Ravindran will solve this problem by giving his horse. Now they have 70 plus 1 is equal to 18 horses, in which 1 belongs to Ravindran. Nandan should get 1 by 2 of 18 horses. So 18 divided by 2 gives 9. Chandan should get 1 by 3 of 18 horses. So 18 divided by 3 gives 6. Kundan should get 1 by 9 of 18 horses. So 18 divided by 9 gives 2. Nandan should get 9 horses, Chandan should get 6 horses, and Kundan should get 2 horses. 9 plus 6 plus 2 gives 17. The remaining 1 horse will be taken back by Ravindran because it is his horse.
thus, the problem has been solved by a wise man by using some tricks and by using fractional operations. The father's last wish was also fulfilled and the boys also became very happy. Thank you.
Wow, that was an innovative story. Even myself and my friend Samyukta were thinking how to solve this critical sum. Wow, it was amazing, and you have solved the critical sum with the help of a story. Thank you so much, Tejashwini and Tejashri. Samyukta, do you know what is data science?
Yes, Saiti. Data science is a concept to unify statistics, data analysis, and their related methods in order to understand and analyze actual phenomena with data. So, do you know how maths is involved in data science? Now, our senior Vaishnavi will explain us in detail about the role of mathematics in data science.
Isn't it? A very happy afternoon to everyone gathered in this meet. On behalf of the people of Kerala Public School, I welcome everyone again to this grand virtual maths exposition. I'm Miss Vaishnavi of 11M and through in data science. For that, first let us know what data science is. In simple words, it is the process of using data to find solution for a problem statement. Let me make the statement more precise by showing an example of how data science is involved in our day-to-day activities. Consider that you had to go somewhere in a busy weekend. So you immediately open up Uber and look for cabs. But you find something unusual that the cab prices were higher at that particular hour. Well, obviously because it would have been a peak hour and the company had to meet their customers' need through their cabs, which might lead to the increase in fares. But how is this implemented? There comes data science into the picture. The data scientists working behind collect data and convert it into useful information to find possible patterns. It involves many processes where I can give you a brief description about some of the processes involved like data collection, where different data like weather, holidays, traffic, pickup and drop location is gathered. Along with the collection of useful data, some other unnecessary information such as availability of cafes, restaurants are also collected, which makes the work complex. Therefore, such data has to be removed through the process of data cleaning. The next process is data exploration and analysis. This is probably the brainstorming part of data science programming where mathematics is applied. It includes building a machine learning model using all insights so that it can learn to predict possible outcomes. For instance, let me talk about the e-commerce platform like Amazon, Flipkart, and Netflix. Suppose you log into Amazon to look for shoes and you don't purchase it then and there. The next day you open YouTube, you find the ad there. You switch to Facebook, you find the same ad there. This means that Google tracks your search history to provide recommendation to the customer. So a specific algorithm is made. For example, for an imaginary business, they use the equation of a straight line y is equal to mx plus c. They put it into relation sales is equal to thrice the advertisement budget plus 2. So when the advertisement budget is 1, the sales becomes 5. For 2, it is 8 and so on. They plot it on the graph using different mathematical concepts. They find the derivative for different functions. They derive a business algorithm and, and that is the process of data science programming. And when you look for another e-commerce application like Flipkart, when the customer demands for EMI for a specific purchase, then they had to check the purchase behavior of the customer, collect data from the bank history, since they had to ensure whether the customer is eligible for the credit, whether he or she will pay it back or not, and then they avail the EMI or so. But let me tell you that business scenarios are complex and it is not that simple as I've shown here. After this, they validate the data using programming languages like R and Python. Then they deploy it among the users and collect customer feedback and suggestions, and the data scientist working behind fixes the issues right. The different mathematical concepts involved are matrix, vectors, mean absolute error, probability, linear regression, differential calculus, and so on. So if you are going to be a data scientist without mathematics background and you anyhow managed to complete the project by grabbing some mathematical books from the library, but when it comes to the part of debugging and biased removal, only a person who is hands-on in applied maths can do it. Then of course that person could become your competitor at some point of time. I hope by this all would have come to know the crucial role of mathematics in data science such that the companies with no reference recruits a person with a mathematical background like a MSc graduate or a BSc Maths graduate, and the company offers him to learn programming languages like R and Python. Rather, if the company offers a Python or Java guy, then they find it difficult to teach him the vast mathematical concepts. So if you're a person familiar with both mathematics and IT, then data science would be an Eden school for you because this is the survey of job trends of data science in top companies like IBM and Microsoft, where there's plenty of vacancy, which is only going to grow by time, and the salary averages to about $100,000. Thus, mathematics is very important in the field of data science as concept within mathematics aid in identifying patterns and assist in creating algorithms. If you are very brilliant in mathematics, it can largely contribute to you becoming a data scientist, which can bring you great opulences in your career. I thank everyone for lending your ears onto my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. That is very informative and a great work done by you. I hope it will be useful for everyone for their good job opportunities. And also, we came to know how maths is involved in data science. And thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Sahiti, why do you look so upset?
Oh no, Samyukta, I really forgot about the maths test. What to do now? I love maths, but still those formulas are very difficult to learn. What to do?
Don't worry, our friends has come up with an innovative idea to help students like us in remembering mathematical formulas. So let's call upon Srinivasa Raghavan and Sahasra to deliver a song which is composed on mathematical formulas.
Happy afternoon to all and all present here. Myself is Srinivas Raghavan. This is my sister Is Rsa.
Happy afternoon.
Today we composed a max formula song to make your understanding easy.
Math is fun to learn it with full interest. Do your best to get good marks in your exam. We are going to sing math formula. Let us see the formula of mensuration. Area of square is side into side. Area of rectangle is length into breadth. Area of triangle is half in the base and the height. Area of circle is pi r square. Perimeter of square is 4 into side. Perimeter of rectangle 2 into L plus B. Circumference of circle is 2 pi r, or volume of cube is side into side into side. Volume of cuboid is length into breadth into height. Volume of cylinder is pi r square. Let us see the formula of comparing quantities. Profit is equal to SP minus CP. Loss is equal to CP minus SP. Percent of profit is profit into 100 by CP. Percent of loss is loss into 100 by CP. Simple interest is P and R by 100. Compound interest is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n. Math is fun to learn it with full interest. Do your best to get good marks in your exam. Hope you all enjoyed our math song. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srinivas Raghavan and Sahasra. It was a musical treat for us, and I never expected a song with the formulas, and it's really creative and innovative. Thank you so much, and I'm confident that I can write the test well.
That was so interesting. Thank you everyone for your creative and innovative performance. Now we have come to the conclusion of our program. We request Srilekha ma'am on behalf of Maths department to deliver the voice of gratitude.
It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of our KRM Public School, first of all, I extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty for making this event a grand success. My heartfelt thanks to our Chief Guest, SWATI Raj ma'am, to spend her valuable time to grace this occasion and make it a memorable one. And your tips to remember prime number was very interesting, ma'am. Thank you. We extend our sincere thanks to our respected Dean, RJ Master, our dynamic CEO, Bhuvneshwar, and our beloved principal, DP Shivashakti Balan sir, who is guiding and motivating all of us to excel in this digital platform and during this pandemic situation. I also thank all my dear colleagues for their enormous cooperation. I thank all the parents who supported this virtual expo. Finally, but not the least, with a deep sense of appreciation on behalf of Mathematics Department, I thank all our lovable children for their untiring performance. So without your involvement and willingness, nothing would have happened. Thank you, children. Thank you all.
So
Thanks
thank
to
you,
Department
everyone.
of Mathematics. And before that, shall I request Swati ma'am to give her reflection?
It was, thank you so much, children. Actually, in fact, you'll not believe it was a learning experience for me too. I love the song on Vaishnavi, the data science what she presented. And also Srinivas, Sahasra, both of you are so rhythmic. I was feeling like dancing with the music. And see, involved all the formulae of, I think till the secondary school level. So it should be a great help to all of you to remember the formula. Learn the music and learn the formula. Math becomes cakewalk, right? The cryptography thing, and the cryptography and the song by Vanshika was also great. It was very nice. So I was thinking, how all of you are prepared so well, during this time, period of time where you are not able to go out and all, but you have prepared so well. Hats off to all of you. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your presence.
Thank you so
That's a
much, sir.
great motivating factor for us, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks
It
a
was a
lot.
privilege for me to be a part of it. So my best wishes to all the students over here and the teachers also. Have a nice evening to all of you. Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for listening, for encouragement, for being here, and most importantly, for giving your time and for your presence. Your presence made this event a successful and a memorable one. Thank you all the audience and FB viewers, and hope that we have been a good host equally, and thank you all.